Alright, so before we move on back to the main story, we have a couple new side quests that have been introduced here in the Crystarium, so let's go ahead and take them. Starting with this distraught damsel and her quest entitled, Do You Believe in Magic? The distraught damsel has found herself dispossessed of a treasured keepsake.
Oh stranger, please, you must help me. I fled here from Holminster Switch, but I lost my necklace along the way. I noticed it was missing as I passed the Church of the First Light, but I couldn't go back. And now the guard tells me that Lakeland is too dangerous for me to go and search for it. I know I should be glad that I escaped with my life, and I am, but that necklace was a gift from my father, and it's all that I have to remember him by. If you can travel freely, then please, bring it back to me.
Alright then. So yeah, since this is something that is going to require us to leave town, we'll go ahead and do just that. Alright, let's ride on back towards Holminster Switch. Plus, there's also something else that we can obtain while on the way. We passed by it before, but we're not going to be passing by it this time around. Because, as soon as I get this hop trap off my back, you'll notice we are actually driving towards an aether current, or an aetherite. Yeah, I was going to say an aether current, but it's actually an aetherite. But if there are any aether currents nearby, that would be cool. Yeah, we're just gonna go around those guys and attune to this aetherite, because this is something we're gonna have to come back and do later on, is come back to this place. And away we go. So let's head on down to the fort now and continue to make our way towards Holminster Switch. Yeah, we'll see if we can find the young lady's necklace. But yeah, it seems like a lot of people are trying to recover various forms of jewelry and necklaces and pendants and whatnot. Yeah, all heirlooms from their family and friends who ended up dying as a result of the Sin Eater's intervention. Oh, here it is. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick it up. And take it back to the Crystarium. Yeah, sooner or later we're gonna get all these side quests done. Oh, Lou's here. Oh, well done. Yeah, good job on that there, Shima. Alright, so let's go ahead and speak with the young lady once again. Hello there.
I wholly dare hope, but...
Yeah, even in the dark we found it.
You did find it! Oh, thank you! I've worn this since I was a child, ever since my father first made it for me. The horn he carved for it was magic, he said, and would protect me when I roamed the hills. I thought myself much too old to believe in such things, but nevertheless, when the Eaters came for me, I begged her to keep me safe one last time. Just then, a young elven woman appeared, brandishing a glowing blade. She cut quite the dashing figure as she fought to protect me, like a prince from a fairy tale. And when she stood over the vanquished eaters, she smiled at me and said, "You're safe." I knew then that the necklace had answered my prayers, but that could not have been anything but magic. For as long as I have it, I know that I will be alright.
And so yeah, good thing we're able to give that back to her. And so now it's time to go and speak with Heggie over here for her Aether Current oriented quest entitled A Job Well Done. Heggie is looking for someone wanting to make a delivery to Fort Job.
Hail, sinner! Might this old woman impose upon you to travel to Fort Job in her stead? My son Chathwick is with the guard out there, and I have a package for him that wants delivering. I'd go myself, but my knees simply aren't up to the task.
Alright. Yeah, deliver the lovingly wrapped parcel to Chathwick at Fort Job, so let's go right back there. And of course I'm going slowly but surely to make my way there eventually myself. Alright, let's find Chathwick. And conveniently, he's right over here. Hello there, Mr. Chath. A package? Yes. Here you go. Oh, food for Mother! Everyone will be so pleased. Her last letter mentioned how distraught she was to hear that members of the Guard had given their lives at Holminster Switch, and how touched that was so many more risked their lives to protect it. But of course, she would be. Our whole family is from there after all. I expect that she wanted to express her feelings by preparing food for us. She does that. Wait a moment. You were at Holminster Switch too, weren't you? I saw you on the front lines. Yeah, that's right. I knew it! I don't think I could forever forget the sight of you facing down eater after eater without ever once flinching. And it's not just me, you're an inspiration to all of us. Here's an idea. What if you pass these out to the rest of the Guard? I'm sure that they'll be awestruck. Oh, that's very kind of you. Yeah, we're giving these to 4 different people here. In fact, I think one of them is up there. So we'll leave him for last and go elsewhere to find the other 3. Yeah, and I did say we'd find an Aether Current around here, and there is one. But it looks like a couple of these people are hidden behind these walls. Yeah, they're all conveniently located behind the fortifications. Except for Bjorn here, he's out in the wide open. Here you go. Ah, food, thank you. And may I just say it's a true honor to have you here. Your bravery on the field will not soon be forgotten. And then over here, with Grimcog. Here you go. Wicked White, you're him! You were there in the middle of it all, strong as 100 men! A bulwark against the tide of eaters that threatened to overwhelm us. And now you brought me a sandwich! Yeah, it's the simple pleasures in life. Okay, where's that Aether Current I saw? Well, we can always figure it out as we go along. Ah, here it is. Yeah, I knew you were around here somewhere. Alright. So let's go up this way now. And we'll see who else needs a chow down. Okay, it's probably on a higher level. Or maybe not. Oh, hiding behind a tent is Jonric here. Yeah, this big Rogaden / Gaudians particular individual, but yeah, this guy's a woman's name. Chathwick's mother made this. That's the best news I've had in days. Her cooking is excellent. I'm sorry that we couldn't save their home, but at least the whole family made it out alive. And finally, to the one last guard, who we need to do some more climbing to find. Yeah, probably gonna have to do a little scanning over there because there's another Aether Current. Yeah, we'll speak with Roldard in a moment, but let's get this other Aether Current. Oh, what's Sync doing here? Oh wow, I wasn't expecting him. I thought he was still on another server. Hey Roldard. Here you go. You have my thanks for this, of course, but also for the battle. I remember you well. Though we lost many, it would have been many more without your aid. And so with our task done, let's go back to the Crystarium. Oh, actually we can't. We have to speak with Chathwick first. Then we can go back to the Crystarium. Yeah, getting ahead of myself here. Please, were they? I expected as much. I apologize for asking such a trifling task of you, but we lost a lot of people on that battlefield. Anything that might raise morale is well worth trying. And for that, and I thought that if they admire you even half as much as I do, well... In any case, you have my sincerest gratitude. I saved my favorite portion of the food for you, so please take it along with my thanks. So yeah, we'll get our experience skill, plus some grilled rail and the Aether Current. Okay, so this has now opened up some new side quests, but we're gonna leave these for later. We're gonna leave these for later because we need to go back to the Crystarium to continue on with the main story. Oh, he was at Diabolos. I actually didn't know that. I'm still subscribed to him on YouTube and Twitch, but I had no idea he'd returned to Exodus. But yeah, if you see him again, let him know I'm in the area, and if he ever wants to team up, to let me know. Alright, back to the pendants. Plus, I didn't think that I thought that Diabolos was realigned. That it got moved over into the Crystal data center. Alright, back over here. Yeah, probably we can dress a little more casually now since we don't have to be in combat. So let's go ahead and speak with the manager of suites to take on our level 72 main story quest entitled An Unwelcome Guest. The manager of suites is wearing a grave expression. Begging your pardon, sir, but do you perchance intend to head outside? If so, I would strongly advise you not to stray too far from the Crystarium. Word has it that we're answering the phone. And it's my mother. But we're not doing that right now. She can wait a little while longer. Yeah, word has it that my mother is calling. She never was good at timing her calls. Yeah, if so, I would strongly advise you to stray not too far from the Crystarium. Word has it Yulmore has dispatched its military to Lakeland. Why is that? Given the timing, one can only assume that they do not welcome the return of the night. Even now, the Exarch is in the Ocular deliberating a response. Well then, we better go and meet up with the Exarch then. And since it's taking a little longer than usual to warp around, I'm just gonna run over to the Ocular. Yeah, we'll make our way back over there and see if we can't find out what's going on. But yeah, I'll make sure to call her back later. Yeah, this is probably one of those times where you wish home phones had vibrate option. So, returning now to the Ocular. Yeah, we're back.
You have come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands.
I did hear about that. So tell us about it. Yeah, as we look at this image that the Exarch has conjured.
Here in Lakeland, Yulmore has sent one of its airships. They have questions for us concerning the death of the Lightwarden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
It does, doesn't it?
Indeed. 'Twas inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
Yeah. Speaking of knocking.
My lord, I am come with the Yulmoran emissary. May I show him in?
A moment, Captain, if you would.
Yeah, we're kind of stuck in here. And do we really want to meet with the emissary? Yeah, who is this person?
Everyone, gather round.
What's on your mind, Exarch? Yeah, if you don't like who this person is, we can take care of him for you.
I do not wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish.
Yeah, vanish? Yeah, we're not simply being teleported away. We're just gonna be invisible for a while to some extent.
Enter.
So, who is the captain bringing in? Well, whoever it is, it's certainly got the look of shock on the Exarch's face. Who are we dealing with?
Well, well. The commander of the Yulmoran army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
Yeah, a military general is never good. Yeah, he's certainly imposing looking, isn't he?
The Lightwarden is dead, Exarch. Were your people responsible?
Why are you asking him this question?
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Yulmore's interest in this?
Yeah.
His Benevolence, Lord Vorthry, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin-Eater.
Yeah, but they're not all that good. Unless you live where he does.
Should it transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage, my lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
Ouch. Yeah, they want the status quo maintained.
I see. Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind. Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Lightwarden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Yulmore considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution.
You mean you want this?
Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin-Eaters changes nothing. The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting course, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace. But I waste my breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthry.
See to it that you do.
In the meantime, You would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Yulmore's mercy. Promptly.
I don't think it's gonna go down like that. And so away he goes. But before he does...
One last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
Oh, those two? Yeah, we know what he's talking about.
An artist and his assistant, no. I cannot say I do.
We don't want to go back.
Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
I wonder why. Uh-oh. Does he notice us? Yeah, it's not good if he did. And so now that we are no longer invisible...
Am I imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
Looked that way, didn't it?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Yulmore's army since before Vorthri's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin-Eaters. One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
If Yulmore chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat.
Oh yeah.
While we are grateful for your support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
'Tis noble of you to say, Master Alphino, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived.
Yeah, touche.
Yulmore has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade. The people of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
Oh yeah?
He may have reason to delay.
And why is that?
According to reports, the Yulmoran forces at Luxon Loft were observed taking a prisoner. A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of Light, Minfilia.
Say what? Yeah, look of shock.
It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Yulmore before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
Oh, great. Yeah. Wait, is this the Minfilia or... I'm sorry, generations of Minfilias? Yeah, can you elaborate a little more on this, there, Captain?
Ah, of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it.
So out with it then.
I think it best that you seek out Moren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He will be able to enlighten you.
Okay.
Alphino, Alize, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right. Though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
Okay. I guess we know what we're doing next. Alright, so back out of here. Yeah, we gotta find out about how Minfilia fits into... Yeah, of course I would accidentally knock out my microphone. But yeah, anyway, we need to find out what Minfilia is doing here and how she fits into all this. Yeah, all I simply did was lower my hand, but apparently it was enough to knock the microphone out of my controller. Alright, so let's go ahead and speak with Morn again to get an explanation on what's going on here. Hey, Moran.
Yes, if you are after books pertaining to Warrior of Darkness, I'm afraid most are at Honlone at present. They are experiencing quite a surge in popularity.
Actually, that's not why we're here.
Oh, you wish to learn about the Oracle of Light? Then it would be my pleasure to assist. And after I've finished some few outstanding tasks, that is, while I attend to them, you could fetch me a book, The Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light it's called. Though it's intended for younger readers, it provides an excellent summary of the subject matter, the artwork is quite lovely besides. I would not hesitate to recommend it to anyone with an interest in learning about Minfilia. But you must see for yourself, the book should be located on the level below. Should, I say, for while there is a place for everything here, not everything is always in its place. Despite my best efforts, if the book is not where it should be, it will almost certainly be somewhere it shouldn't, so good luck.
Yeah, in fact, in this instance, it's not on the next level below, it's 2 levels below. So we gotta find it. Yeah, just as your eyes begin to blur, they finally come to rest on a copy of the Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light. So now let's give it back to Moran. Yeah, running up the stairs in order to give him back the book.
Have you found the book?
We have, yes.
Yes, this is the one. I hope it wasn't too difficult to track down. I'm happy to say I've finished all my pressing tasks. If you want to call your friends over, we can begin learning at once.
And so,
without further ado then. It began 100 years ago when the flood of light threatened to swallow Norvrant. Just as all seemed lost, a savior appeared who halted the all-consuming radiance. A maiden with hair of spun gold and eyes of clearest sapphire. Naught was known about her save that her name was Minfilia, and that for delivering the realm, she came to be revered as the Oracle of Light. After stopping the flood, the mysterious maiden vanished without a trace, but 15 years later her name would unexpectedly reappear in the annals of history.
Yeah, let's find out why. Oh, that's fancy.
When Sea Eaters laid ruin to the kingdom of Verbert, a young girl was discovered who was immune to the creature's blighted touch. One with hair spun of gold and eyes of clearest sapphire, she was hailed as the Oracle Reborn and likewise to be called Minfilia. Enlisting in the Ulmoran army, this Minfilia fought and vanquished countless Sin Eaters.
Yeah, I suppose she would fight for Yulmore.
Alas, like so many other soldiers, she eventually met her end in battle. Yet with her dying breath she whispered unto her grieving comrades, Minfilia will return. And true to her words, some years later, another young girl was discovered who possessed the selfsame eyes, that selfsame hair, and those selfsame powers. She took to the name Minfilia. She too fought Sin Eaters as a soldier of Yulmore, and she too fell in battle. Many more were to follow her footsteps, and so the cycle continues to this day.
That's a lot of corpses.
And that concludes the tale. By their valor and sacrifice, these women have saved Norvrant on numerous occasions.
And were it not for them, we might never have learned of the Lightwardens and their nature.
They sound like formidable warriors. Some perhaps, the truth is rather less simple. Though the Oracle is reborn with certain common traits, she does not inherit the memories or the knowledge of her previous incarnations. All of the Minfilias thus far were discovered as ordinary girls unversed in the ways of war and ignorant of the power they harbored. While some embraced their fate and devoted themselves to training, others did not, but all were made to face the Sin Eaters and all died to keep our hopes alive. What can you tell us of the current Minfilia? She was found by the Yormoran army some 10 years ago and taken into their care.
Yeah, not surprising that they would want to keep it within Yulmore.
Or rather, their custody. She was a prisoner in all but name, for by that time under Lord Vothri's rule, Yulmore had already abandoned resistance in favor of decadence. Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war they no longer wished to fight, a potential threat to the peace, and so they kept her under lock and key.
Yeah, that's not good.
For a long while we heard nothing more of her. We couldn't even be certain she was alive, save that it was in the Yulmoran's best interest for her to remain under their control. But then 3 years ago, a gallant soul stole into the city and rescued her from their clutches, just like a hero from the tales. Indeed. Well, I believe now we have a good grasp of Minfilia's tale. Thank you for your time, Moren. Might I trouble you for a word, Shinji? Outside?
Of course. Until next time, Moren. Alright, down we go. So yeah, we're just gonna meet them up outside of the cabinet. So yeah, let's go ahead and reunite with them.
As we will have already surmised, the gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our own dear Thancred.
Well, it's good to know he's out and about.
They have since been wandering the land together, never remaining in one place for long, which is why we have not yet had a chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as Hydaelyn's emissary to halt the Flood of Light. It could only be that her people of the First witnessed 100 years ago, the original Oracle of Light. But while there's plainly some connection between the woman we knew and her namesakes, the fact that these girls do not share her memories must surely mean they are not the same person. Thancred has to understand that. I have no doubt that he understands. The question is how he feels.
Yeah, of course.
Regardless, the Thancred we know would not forsake his charge. If she has been captured, we may be certain he will not stand idly by. There you go again, talking in a roundabout way. If you think we should rescue Minfilia, just spit it out. It just so happens I agree with you. It's quite clear that this Minfilia possesses Hydaelyn's blessing. And it wouldn't hurt to have a second such individual on our side, right, Shinji?
Yeah, quite. One's generally been enough, but fine. Yeah, let's just keep it simple.
I see you've made up your minds. Exarch, what brings you here? A report and a proposal. First, the report. Our scouts have confirmed that the immoral forces at Laxenloft do indeed have Minfilia in their custody. For the present they are holding her there, but we can be certain they will move her to Yulmore ere long. Should that happen, we may be forced to give her up as lost. So if we mean to act, we should do so quickly.
And so,
which brings me to my proposal. I ask that you entrust this undertaking to us, the people of the Crystarium.
Yeah, like you're really gonna do this? And so, we'll take our experience plus 1026 skill. And so, with that, that is gonna actually bring this afternoon to an end for streaming because yeah, it looks like things are heating up now that we are trying to save an iteration of Minfilia that we want to learn about. And so, knowing that this is all going to be taken care of, we're going to leave that for this evening, and we'll see if we can't indeed find the mysterious Minfilia and see if she can be brought back to safety. So for now, that is going to do it for this afternoon's day 2 of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers Live. And so, later this evening, we will go ahead and see if she can indeed be saved from the clutches of the Omoran army. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Navora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.